Mayday! Mayday! All hands on deck. This is Kelly J. Patriot. Mayday! Mayday! All hands on deck. Wake up, America.
Wow. Yes, indeed. Wake up, America. Welcome to Liberty Report live with Kelly J. Patriot. It is Thursday. We're on the 5th day of the week already, and we're so glad to be back in the studio. We had just got back from a border convoy down at the southern border here in Arizona, in Yuma. And wait until you guys see what Kelly J. Patriot and myself uncovered when we did a little investigating around that border. A lot to come. At the moment, we got to keep it under wraps as there is further operation looking into those details, and we don't want to blow that cover. So a lot of good stuff. I can't wait to turn it off to the host of the show who, surprise, surprise, is live in studio. But before I do that, today's Easter egg hunt is to Toby Keith. We have a red Solo cup, and it's a toast and cheers to you. Many, many years. You got us through your patrioticness, your good music, country, wholesome values. We salute you. You led a good life, and many good celebrations we had to your tunes. So God bless you, brother, till we see you in that better place you are at. So in studio, I hope we have Kelly J. Patriot over there cheersing along with us. Let's turn it over to your host tonight, Kelly J. Patriot. You enjoying that toast?
I'll tell you what, Toby Keith is a great
Hold on, let's get your mic. There you go, you're on.
Toby Keith, God bless him. He supported our country, supported our president. Great singer, great man. God bless him. And as we start out today, I'm so happy to be in studio here, Chadwick. Kelly J. Patriot live here in studio in the great state, the free state of Arizona. And also we got to give a shout out here initially to Tina Peters, who is also, much like our border, has been under attack. And her trial for just simply upholding the law and trying to get to do what she needed to do as the handling elections in Mesa County, Colorado. She is under charges because of that. And her trial was supposed to happen just the other day, and it got continued to July 29th. So Tina will be out there in July supporting you. And she is also seeking the truth, and we need to keep the faith here in the meantime. So I'm so happy to be here in the great state of Arizona. I need to say also hi. We got our cutout of Mike Lindell here, and also our friends Smith & Wesson. They have open carry here in Arizona, and I enjoy that, enjoy being out here. And also you see this camo jacket.
Hey, why don't you fix your mic back right in front of you, kind of push it back behind you. There you go, right there.
And this camo jacket is because of our border being invaded. It's under attack, and this is the same jacket I had on in January 6th in Washington, D.C. So I'll tell you what, Chadwick, it's been amazing here with regard to the border convoy and everything going on with regard to starting out in California from San Ysidro to Yuma, Arizona. And we've had a lot of great patriots involved with this process, and one of which we had a chance to speak with at AmFest, and he was also on the convoy with us, and that's Mark Anthony. And so we would like to, in a couple minutes here, we're going to go do the interview with Mark Anthony. And let me go and get my glasses on here real quick. There's so many issues right now ongoing with the border. As we know and as we saw here recently, they are just pouring across the border from Texas to California to Arizona. And there's a lot of people down there. They had a great event down in Texas also. Here at San Ysidro in Yuma, Arizona. And Mark has been dealing with these issues for a long time. And we're going to go ahead and listen to the interview that we had with Mark recently. He's been involved for a long time. And with regard to the border, Texas, and you've seen what Governor Abbott down in Texas was doing recently in terms of bringing in the National Guard. They are doing Operation Lone Star. They have their own military in Texas. And the federal government for now has backed off and has not pressed the issue, because if the federal government is not going to protect the border, the states need to. And Mark has been involved for a long time. And also I need to give a shout out to some friends from Texas that we met also at AmFest, and they wrote the book, Reasons to Trust the Government. And that's Erica and Benjamin Reddick. And we've shown this book before, and when you look at it, Reasons to Trust the Government, and there really are no reasons to trust the government. And we're finding that out because the federal government is not taking care of the border. And that's why the states and others have to step up and do what they can to protect the border. And we'll talk a little bit more about the border convoy here. But first, let's go ahead and listen to Mark Anthony and see what he has to say and what we both had to say with regard to this issue at AmFest here recently in Phoenix.
There's live fire on the border. They've blown holes in the wall.
A handful of people are recovering after a very scary attack. At least 20 people were traveling in a caravan in the early hours of Saturday morning, and that included U.S. citizens, lawful permanent U.S. residents, and Mexican citizens. They were traveling from the U.S. when they were attacked by armed civilians in the city of Miguel Alemán.
Hold on. Let's play that from the beginning. I don't think that played from the beginning, right, Kelly? So let's see. Let me cue that up real quick for you guys. It was Mark Anthony. What a amazing patriot he is, and I just have to make sure that I don't have it. Okay, we're just gonna boom, click that. All right, there we go. So now it should start from the beginning. Let's replay that, guys. Thanks for bearing with us. Mark Anthony, you're an amazing man. Thanks for your doing down on the border. Here's an amazing interview with Kelly J. Patriot and Mark Anthony.
This is Kelly J. Patriot, LibertyReport Live here at AmFest, and we are pleased to speak with a gentleman, a patriot who's standing up for our country, trying to secure those borders, Mark Anthony. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
Hey, doing real good. We were chatting earlier, and I'll tell you what, we got a lot going on in our country, from California to Arizona to Texas, and nowadays they say every state's a border state. Let us know a little bit about what you've been doing and what your thoughts are on that subject.
So we've been going to the border, reporting on the border, bringing it to you guys, understanding it's a lot more involved of what's going on at the border than what the media is actually portraying it to be. There's live fire on the border. They've blown holes in the wall.
A handful of people are recovering after a very scary attack. At least 20 people were traveling in a caravan in the early hours of Saturday morning, and that included U.S. citizens, lawful permanent U.S. residents, and Mexican citizens. They were traveling from the U.S. when they were attacked by armed civilians in the city of Miguel Alemán in Tamaulipas, Mexico. 3 people were injured by gunshots and 6 people suffered panic attacks.
All right, check these out. Some pretty stunning images from America's southern border. And the high-ranking drug cartel leaders arrest, igniting gunfights on the Mexican side of the border. The violence escalating to the point of temporarily shutting down 2 international bridges. Authorities also confirm a grenade explosion explosion at the U.S. consulate in Nuevo Laredo, right across the U.S. border, with federal employees there instructed to shelter in place.
It's a very, very dangerous place at this point in time. We've got open borders. They're not asking for passports. They're letting people come in and out. It's the most horrendous thing I've seen in a long time.
Incredible. I'll tell you what, I saw CNN was down there because they didn't think it was happening, and they were down in San Diego about maybe 3 weeks ago now, and CNN was reporting, and families, kids were just walking across. There was a big break in the border behind some guy's house, and folks were just walking across. It's just porous.
It's that way. Unfortunately, when they go through the processing center, they take them to the tents. We don't know what they're doing in those tents. We don't know how they're processing them. I think it should be open to the media to go in there like ourselves and being able to report what goes on in those tents. But, maybe one day soon we will get to that point and actually have access to that, because I think this picture is a lot bigger than we understand.
No, I agree. I heard they're giving them $5,000 gift cards. I think Sheriff Mark Lamb recently did a story on that with Liberty Report.
I'm hearing the same. I'm also hearing they're giving them a monthly card that they can live on. Here we are. We've got just down the street here. We've got homeless people that it's a poor environment, and God help us.
No, I agree. It's that Joe Biden agenda, which appears to be America last. So just American Patriot Mike Lindell just went by. We saw him interviewed earlier. And just a little promo for our channel, Liberty Report. Our promo code with MyPillow is God Wins. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of evil running around this world right now, but I think God wins. And what can people do to stand up, step up, and be strong to try to change this thing around?
Well, I tell everybody, the first thing to do is get right with God. Get your house in order. That's the biggest thing. And understand that the Holy Spirit was left here for us. And listen to the Holy Spirit. And it'll guide you. I just ask God for that guidance, and I think that it'll all come.
No, I agree. That's one thing that we've gotten so far away from the foundation of our country, which was one nation under God, and that definitely needs to happen. And people need to wake up, open their eyes, and open their ears, and really see what's going on. And I think with what's going on with the border, the economy, more people need to get with God and understand what's going on if we're going to be able to get this thing back. What efforts are you going to be making coming up with your group and others to try to stem this border issue?
We're putting together Faith Will Bring Them Home 11th Hour. We're transitioning into huge teams, not only with the border crisis. There's a lot that goes on with that border crisis. We've got fentanyl coming in like crazy, and I mean, it's incredible, the fentanyl that we've seen come in so far. But not only that, the children that are getting trafficked in and out and running up and down our hallways. So that's our biggest goal, is to put a stop to the child trafficking here in America.
And you obviously saw the movie Sound of Freedom, I'm sure, right?
Sure did.
And what they say about that, the child trafficking is even bigger than drug trafficking.
That is correct. So I always tell people when I explain it, it's a child versus a barrel of oil. A child is worth, X, Y, and Z, and a barrel of oil is worth this. The difference between that and a child is a child can be reproduced over and over and over for what it's used for, up to a certain point. So you're looking at a multi-billion-dollar industry.
No, it's incredible. And in California, we do a lot of pro-life, pro-love, pro-life. And same thing with that issue. They talk about it being pro-choice. I think it's more organ harvesting and child trafficking.
That is correct. So, there's a certain age that a child can't be used anymore, and then it goes into a child harvesting part, and then there's other parts to that as well. We won't get on air with it, but
right.
It's horrendous. It's our children are not for sale, and it's up to you guys to stand up and help us fight the fight.
No, I agree. Need to spread that love and knowledge and fight the battle out there on the front lines. Kelly J. Patriot and Mark Anthony are fighting that fight, so more people need to understand and realize what's going on, and get right with God, and we need to get our country back, get back with the good Lord, and seek the truth and keep the faith in the meantime. Any final words, Mark?
Amen.
Hallelujah. God bless you. God bless America. Kelly J. Patriot with Liberty Report live from AmFest. And once again, MyPillow promo code for Liberty Report is God Wins. God wins. I think that's the bottom line. We just need to get there and make a better effort.
True that.
Until next time, Kelly J. Patriot, we'll see you soon. Thank you. And what do you think about our promo code?
It is God Wins, the best promo code ever, okay? It's all the savings, the biggest savings ever for the best promo code ever.
Thank you, Mike.
God wins.
God bless America. God bless my pill, and God bless you, Mike. Keep fighting.
I know you're probably hearing that echo. Okay, well, wow, what an amazing interview, Kelly, you did with Mark Anthony. Amazing, amazing. I gotta say, guys, when I was sitting there, I seen our sponsor, who is that, Mike Lindell, walking right at me, and I wanted to turn the camera and just get a nice B-roll footage of just him walking right at me, but it took all of everything of me to. I shouldn't say it wasn't all of everything, but I wanted to respect Mark Anthony as he was in the middle of talking, and what he had to say was so worth it. But it was a funny moment there, and Kelly had noticed it. Let's throw it back over to Kelly. What did you think of that? What a great interview, brother.
Yeah, unbelievable. And it really drew attention to the issues at the border, seeing people like Mark and others who are dealing with the border issues and hearing in the news about all the illegal immigrants coming into Texas, California, Arizona, everywhere, New Mexico also. And as we discussed before, now every state really is a border state because the illegal immigrants are coming into the country and spreading. They're getting bused, they're getting flown, they're going all over the country. And it's become a really, really big issue, obviously. So from that point in time, after talking with some of the people, Kim Yater, Robert Agee, Scotty Sachs, and others kind of took the bull by the horns, and they realized that, you know what, we needed to draw attention to this issue. We couldn't just stand and watch and let Texas do everything and have to deal with it by themselves. Other states stepped in. 25 states agreed to send down National Guard to Texas, and we at a media type level and trying to get word to the public and awareness and truth, started immediately working on the border convoy, kind of in light of the People's Convoy from a couple years ago, the Canadian Truckers Convoy, obviously people are familiar with. And what occurred was a united effort of people from around the country to support what was occurring at the southern border because it was impacting our entire country. So what became a movement to bring people together, and it wasn't to go down and confront illegal immigrants at the border. They were pouring across thousands per day. They're not getting vetted. They don't know if they're criminals. There were a lot of military age males that were coming through and that type of thing. And they had no idea who was coming in, how many, where they were going. And there was child trafficking, human trafficking going on and that type of thing. And there was just a need for more awareness and more attention to be brought to the border issue. So that became the border convoy, and in a matter of about 3 or 4 weeks, stemming from all of the people involved at AmFest, we got actively involved, organizing, planning. Got to give a shout out to Kim Yater and all the others involved. Had a chance to do a really neat interview with Robert Agee down in Texas, and we talked about everything that that Governor Abbott's doing down there to protect the border. They were putting up the razor wire. The Biden administration was going to court to get court orders saying that they can cut the razor wire and remove it, and they never actually went and pressed that. And in the meantime, Texas kept going and installing the border wire, and they got additional support from all the other states, the other 25 states and the governors that signed a letter and sent down support. So it's been a big, big effort, and keeping in mind that the border convoy was a peaceful endeavor. It was for freedom of speech, freedom to peacefully assemble, the right to redress grievances, and also freedom of religion. There was a lot of prayer involved because we were praying for our country. We were praying for the people who were trying to come into the country, and also that the administration would step up and honor the rules and regulations that made our country great, because with all these illegal immigrants coming in from other places, not caring about our country, and what we say coming through the back door. And what we found out was the people that were really the most alarmed, concerned, and upset with this occurring were the legal immigrants that had come into the country previously, people who had spent years undergoing the process and doing what they needed to do properly and legally to come into our country And so it was a great event. A lot of people involved. They had speakers in San Ysidro, and then we'd caravan from San Ysidro to Yuma, Arizona. At that same time, there was a caravan coming from Texas to Arizona, and prior to that, starting, I believe, the 31st, there was a convoy coming from Virginia Beach down through Jacksonville, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and then on to Texas. And they had some amazing events in Texas with speakers. Ted Nugent was playing down there. Our friend Coy Griffin was down there, and even was watching Chadwick's interview with Kim and Noel that they were putting up on the side of one of the buildings down there. So Coy was on his horse and said, "Hey, Chad, I'm watching you," and that interview. So it was an amazing event. We met some
I think I have a picture of that, actually.
Do you have a picture of that, Chad? Go ahead and throw that up if you have that handy.
Yeah, it's right here. Let's see. Let me throw that up real quick. All right. Yeah, they can still hear you.
Yeah. So there it is. That was the interview with Kim Yater, Chadwick, and Noel Roberts, and they were some of the leaders the very humble leaders of the border convoy. And there was a couple other people. I mean, some amazing people, speakers, entertainers, performers. And one person that really stood out was a gentleman by the name of Tom Kaz, spelled Thomkaz. And what the background that Tom has from performing in Vegas, all around the country, all around the world. He's a hypnotist. He's an entertainer. He has an album out that's just incredible, and he had an amazing song that we'll play a little bit later. But I'll tell you what, it was really neat meeting Tom and all the others. And in addition, have to give a shout out to Tammy Kelly, who came out from Nashville, yes. And she has a ministry called Flags in Motion, and she does what she calls worship. Kind of sounds like worship, but it's worship because back in the day, and she explains it, we'll be putting out a video with regard to our chat with her real soon, but they used the flags and the banners in war, and those were the leaders in front of the actual troops, directing and bringing spirit and confidence and all of that to the troops that were then coming in behind them. So really a pleasure meeting all these people and Tom. And we also had a chance to talk to Tom in Yuma, Arizona on Sunday. And we did some amazing things that day after having a nice big breakfast and everybody getting together and kind of coordinating. And then after that, we had a chance to go down to the border, but we also had a chance to speak with Tom there in Yuma, Arizona. And this will give you a chance to find out a little bit more about him, what he's all about, what he's doing. He's an amazing individual. He is highly motivated, and he supports God, our country, and the military. And he grew up in a military family, and a lot of his music, you can certainly tell, based upon the lyrics and the titles of the songs. And we'll play one of his amazing songs here in a bit. But Chadwick, why don't we first go ahead and check out that quick interview and chat that we had with Tom Kaz the day after the border convoy.
Absolutely. This is a 4-minute, 12-second video the morning after we woke up right before breakfast. We had a great honor to go have breakfast with all these great patriots. Let's play that interview right now.
The song is called Outlaw in the USA, and it was written after I went to a Trump event. And just, when all this started happening and the indictments started happening, I'm like, this guy is fighting for us, and they're turning him into an outlaw. And then all of us, the J6ers and everyone else, the convoy, everyone else, are being looked at as outlaws. So I thought, what, if they're going to call us outlaws, let's go ahead and embrace that term, and let's write something that kind of alludes to that. If we're an outlaw in the USA, that means we're fighting for our country. I wrote the song to try to bring awareness to the problem for veterans, obviously, since that's my mission, is to help veterans with mental wellness and PTSD and suicide prevention. But I also felt like the song needed to talk about defending the Constitution. I thought it needed to talk about fighting for your freedom. I thought it needed to talk about praying to God. And I thought it needed to talk about taking action, because if people are out here watching this show right now and they're expecting someone to save you, I'm going to save you some time. No one's going to come save you. You have to save yourself. You have to save your family. And it's time for people to get off the couch, get off the television set, and get your ass out there and start helping our movement. because we, the people, are the derivative of the people that fought for us.
That's right.
Our grandparents, our great-grandparents, all of our families in the future, in the past, provided us this future. And it's up to us to take it back. And so that's what I decided to do with Outlaw in the USA, is write a song that touches on all those points, but it's inspirational, it's to the point, and it's fun to listen to. And I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, we were really, really pleased, Tom, to see you performing both in San Ysidro and here in Yuma, and you had a great response from the crowd. We talked a little bit about what you're doing, and you got an amazing drummer, you got an amazing band put together, and we want to help blow that up, and because people need to see you. It's people like you that people need to see and have a chance to listen to and appreciate, because you're spreading a real good message.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, it's an honor to be part of this. You know, when Kim asked me to come out here, it was about 2 weeks ago, and I already had a few things on the schedule, but I felt this was more important, and so I cleared my schedule, flew out here to be part of this event, to be part of this convoy. But I'm speaking with you because I want everyone out there that's watching and listening to understand that I'm not the only guy trying to do this. I just might be one of the only guys that has a platform. And so if you're watching right now, I would invite you to visit our website, ilovewhiskeytown.com. The Outlaw in the USA video is right there on the homepage. Watch it, like it, share it with your friends and family. And if you truly want to support our mission, purchase my Whiskeytown barbecue sauce so that we can actually raise some funds to help these veterans all around the country.
Well, Tom, you're doing a good thing, and we're going to do all that we can to help support you.
Thank you.
We're all God's children. Now's the time we need to stand up, step up, and have our voices heard, and you're certainly having your voice heard. More people need to hear it. We'll see what we can do to help you support that.
Well, I look forward to the next event. I look forward to helping our country get back on its feet, and more importantly, I look at the opportunity to bring my show to countries and places around the United States to share this message, this music, and this mission.
Absolutely. Well, let's make that happen, and in the meantime, keep fighting the fight. We'll be doing the same. And God bless you, and God bless America, Tom.
Thank you, guys. God bless America. I'll see you on tour real soon.
We're here in Yuma, Arizona. Kelly J. Patriot, Liberty Report live from Yuma, Arizona, all the way to Tacoma, Philadelphia, Atlanta, L.A.
From the bottom of the country to the top, from the left to the right, we're going to change the world.
That's right. We got the border right behind us, and it's, that's why we're here. That's what our mission is right now, to let people know what's going on, and that's part of, I think, getting our country back and getting us back with the good Lord.
Yes, yes, it is, and I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you so much. Take care, Tom. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Well, I tell you what, Tom, he is his energy and enthusiasm is infectious. And he had a vision, and his vision was to carry on this movement and utilize the music and utilize all the skills that he has and all the others involved in the movement have to continue with the message. And that resulted in continued discussions after the border convoy concluded. In fact, we were even talking about it at that time, because he's performed and he has a vision that the music and the message can help unite the people, and that's what we plan on continuing to do. And we've come up with a concept that we plan on rolling out here soon that will involve continued events with speakers, with music, with fellowship, and all of those things, so we can maintain the momentum that we've created through the last couple years as the people have awakened as to what's going on here in our country. So we are planning on continuing and rolling out the great American revival. And we will be getting you information here soon with regard to the inaugural event, but we anticipate that will be an ongoing type event once we get it rolling. And what we're trying to do, very simply, is to get our country back and get people back with the good Lord, because our nation originated as one nation under God, and because of all the forces attacking that and attacking Christians and attacking good, we need to get back to where we started. So you notice my hat, 1776. This is that type of moment. And as I've said before, if not me, if not us, who? And if not now, when? So we, the people, need to stand, arise, unite. And there are other patriotic and spiritual forces coming together at this time to unite us. So you might have heard a little bit about what's going on in the background in terms of the constitutional and God-given rights, which we all have. And once again, we've gotten very far away from that. So there's a movement afoot that you might have heard about. It relates to the states becoming what they really are and should be, which are republics. And the movement behind that you'll be hearing, I'm sure, is the People's Operation Restoration. So keep your ears out for that. That is going to be a movement that you will be hearing about in the days and weeks to come. So just understand what's involved there, and you need to look and see what the government has done over the last several years and decades to take away our rights, and this is now to take back those constitutional and God-given rights which we have. And Tom, with his music, with all the people collectively and individually that want to continue with the movement so that we can reclaim those rights through God. And Tom has a song that he played both in San Ysidro and also in Yuma that we want you to hear right now. And that song is Outlaw in USA. And you'll see the lyrics, you'll see the visuals involved. And I'll tell you what, if you are a conservative Christian right now, you're considered an outlaw. So, Chadwick, why don't we go ahead and play that song? And I want everybody to hear, understand, and appreciate this. And this is one of Tom's many great songs. But here it is now, Outlaw in USA.
I think that one was also playing from the beginning. So let me just go ahead and manually switch that to not recall the playback position. Alrighty, there we go. That should be ready to go now, and we will get that one started for you right now. Tom Kaz, baby. It's a good one.
Soldiers have died for you and me. They gave their blood, sweat, and tears every single day. Made a sacrifice for the American way. It's time to seize the day and make a proclamation. Say it loud and proud all across the nation. I'm an outlaw in the USA. I bleed red, white, and blue every single day. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you take my freedom away. I'm gonna live my life by the Constitution. Wanna stand right up and join the revolution. Wanna sing it so loud you can hear me coming miles away. Yeah, 'cause I'm an outlaw in the USA. Well, every day it's plain to see. We got vets living out on the streets just trying to eat. Yeah, they're just fighting to live. Now they're feeling left out when there's so much left to give. Yeah, one law gave some and some gave all. When you needed a hero, they answered the call. Now they need our help, it's our turn to be. It's time to raise the flag, I got something to say. I'm an outlaw in the USA. I bleed red, white, and blue every single day. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you take my freedom away. I'm gonna live my life by the Constitution. Wanna stand and join the revolution. Wanna sing it so loud you can hear me coming miles away. Yeah, 'cause I'm an outlaw in the USA. Well, bow your heads down because it's time to pray. Yeah. Social media or TV say, 'cause the man upstairs, the one that you can't see, gave us God-given rights, so we're all born free. 'Cause I'm an outlaw in the USA. I bleed red, white, and blue every single day, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you take my freedom away. I'm gonna live my life by the Constitution, gonna stand right up and join the revolution. Wanna sing it so loud you can hear me coming miles away. Yeah, 'cause I'm an outlaw in the USA. Yeah, and I was born here, and I plan to stay. Yeah, 'cause I'm an outlaw in the USA. Yeah, 'cause I'm an outlaw in the USA.
Well, Selena, I gotta say, I love that song too. And what an honor it is to not only know Tom Kaz, Kelly, you and I, we had a conversation with him earlier on the phone, and we are very excited to be working closely with them in the future and collaborating with him much more. So you guys will be seeing Liberty Report doing lots of things. Kelly J. Patriot and myself with Tom Kaz as we continue to help promote him because he is going to be a huge star. All right. So I saw a comment as well. Thanks, Kelly, for reminding me that where can you get his barbecue sauce? I got to say, he said, you got to try this stuff. And he poured a little bit on my fingers. I was like, oh, can you pour some more on my fingers? It was absolutely amazing. Probably the best barbecue sauce I've ever tasted. And my wife could tell you that I ain't playing. I was born in Amarillo, Texas, and we don't play around with our barbecue sauce. It had this just beautiful, such a good mouth-watering, like hickory smoked taste. It was so good. So you should go check it out, and you can get that at ilovewhiskeytown.com. There's 3 lines up in the top corner. Click those lines. It's a menu bar. Drop down. You can see store, and right at the top of it is Whiskey Town Barbecue. Get you a bottle of it. You will not be disappointed. So let me pass it back over to your host tonight, Kelly J. Patriot. Welcome back. What a song.
I tell you what, Tom's a great guy. He's motivated. He's got a great message, and he's got a vision. We hope to be able to carry that forward strongly as we go forward. We the people, don't mess with Texas. Don't mess with we the people. We have the great American revival, Operation Restoration, and a lot of momentum right now. A lot of eyes are opening, ears are opening, and people just need to wake up, be strong, stand up, and be a lion, especially at this point in time. So right. A lot of good things happening. Keep your eyes peeled for that revival upcoming. Operation Restoration. We'll have additional information as we go forward, and we look forward to doing that and helping Tom spread his good music, spread the word of the Lord and patriotism, and we need to get our country back. So we're in the process of doing that. So we look forward to you being involved also. Now, in terms of being involved and other things going on, what's this weekend? I think we got a little something going on in Las Vegas, right, Chadwick?
That's right. That's right. Big game. Going to bring people from all over the country together.
That's right. That's right. It is Super Bowl time. And just like last year, Liberty Report will be at the Super Bowl, and Kelly J. Patriot will be doing Patriots in the Streets interviews from Las Vegas at the Super Bowl. We're going to be driving out tomorrow on Friday and spending 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, there at the Super Bowl, speaking with people, taking the temperature, finding out what people have to say about a lot of important things happening in our country. This will not be a whole lot about sports, but it will be in part because the people there that will be there are sports fans, but there's a lot more going on in our country than the Super Bowl at this point in time, and everybody there knows that. So we really look forward to that, and we've got a couple short clips from last year at the Super Bowl in Glendale, Arizona. Chadwick and Kelly J. Patriot filming Patriots in the Streets, and the first one here, let me just give you a little background. This is Bam, and he is the older brother of Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver Devonta Smith, who was the Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama. And if you want to go see the longer version, you can go see that, and that is Patriots in the Streets, Super Bowl edition. I have my Levi's greenish type jacket. I call it radioactive. And then there's a couple other short clips too, including one where I was starting to interview the Kansas City Chiefs cheerleaders, and you'll have to see who rolled in and how that went. But right now, let's go ahead and see what Bam has to say. And he kind of got red-pilled a little bit here, but let's take a look.
All right, here we are.
But
Who would you vote for if you could? If you did?
I'm gonna tell you some real shit, right? Trump did something presidents ain't never did, right? You know what that was?
What?
Gave out free money and freed a whole lot of players.
Yeah, let him out, man.
Hell
Biden,
yeah.
Biden was putting him in jail for pot offenses, man. Put a lot of people in jail, and you know.
Fuck Biden, that's why I ain't vote for him.
No, man.
No, I ain't vote for nobody.
No, but Biden don't help the people.
Damn Biden. Get Trump back in the office.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go Trump.
I like that. Let's go Trump. You heard the man. Let's go Trump.
Oh, here we go.
I tell you what, good old Bam, when I said, let's go Brandon, he had no idea what I was talking about. But he said, let's go Trump. And I couldn't argue with that. So I'll tell you what, a lot of people are waking up. African Americans, people from all around the country are seeing what this administration is not doing for the people. And if you know what Biden did, he wants all this money. He wants billions and billions more, he says, for the border, but it's actually for Ukraine if you look at the bill. And he had all the ability during the first 3 years to do what he needed to do to protect the border, and he did not do so. He unwound all the Trump administration regulations and orders that were in place and made it a porous border. So in any case, people are waking up, and I encourage you to continue to seek the truth. And that's what we're about here at Liberty Report, seeking the truth. And in the meantime, keep the faith. So last year, too, at the Super Bowl, there's a lot of interesting people. But another one was there, but her team wasn't playing. But yet she was a big Niners fan, as you'll see. And guess what? Her team is back this year. So let's see what she had to say last year. If she was this excited last year, boy, we're going to look for her this year and hopefully have a chance to speak to her. So, Chadwick, why don't you go ahead and show us this 49ers fan who was in Glendale, Arizona last year when the Kansas City Chiefs were playing the Philadelphia Eagles. So you're not, all right, so these girls in Northern Cal are not educated about politics, what's going on. She's pulling for a Niners quarterback who got injured, and the Niners are knocked out. So, Clay Thompson, now she's going the Warriors. She's just going with the winners.
We're going to win so much.
Brock Purdy, that's the 49ers, isn't it? Yeah! Are you from Northern California? Yeah! I'm from Southern California. The Rams aren't in, the Niners aren't in, but you're partying? Yeah. Hey, that's what we're doing. We're here to just kind of see what's going on, see what the people like. And also, do you know anything about the elections here in Arizona?
No. Go Niners.
Go Niners. If I told you that Kerry Lake won, what would you say? so you're not. All right, so these girls in Northern Cal are not educated about politics. What's going on? She's pulling from.
So these girls are not educated. Oh, that's hilarious, Kelly.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That was quite a treat. Northern California. I was Southern California, and it was real interesting. And then she starts talking about the Warriors because she's trying to go with the winner. But at the last little portion of that, we saw the real winner, and I think that was President Trump.
We're gonna win so much,
so much, and we're gonna do it right. So, should be a great game this year. I believe the 49ers may be, I don't know, maybe favored by 1.5 or so, and some of the numbers and the all the different comparisons, they're considered maybe to be a little bit of a favorite, but the Chiefs have been there before, so it should be a real good game. And the Chiefs and Niners, I think we've seen this one before, and in fact, they played in 2020 in Miami, Florida. And guess who was there? Kelly J. Patriot was there. And it was quite a game, quite a weekend, and we were there on Miami Beach. They had Fox News on the beach. They had Jesse Waters. They had all the others. In fact, Jesse Waters asked me a question live on the air, and they had Doug Flutie out there throwing a football. We were chatting with them, with Greg Gutfeld and the others, and they had 5 at 5 that was filming, and so we were yelling 5 more years, 5 more years. We were having a lot of fun down there, but there's one thing that, Chadwick, I'll have you put it up on the board here. There's someone that's missing that I met there.
All right, guys, 1 second. Let me attach a microphone. We put this on last second. Remember, we weren't going to do this flyer, and we were able to get it last second. So let me go ahead and attach the microphone. Okay, Kelly, I just didn't want them to hear you or not be able to hear you for a little bit of time. So I stopped him. And go ahead, Kelly. I'm going to pop it on the screen right now. Back at you.
So this goes back to the 2020 Super Bowl. And we have someone that's been missing since that time. And that's someone I met there on Miami Beach. And as you can see from the graphic there, missing Bronco Nagurski's grandson. Last seen at the 2020 Super Bowl in Miami, 49ers and Chiefs. So I'm thinking maybe he'll be back at this one. And he was on Ocean Drive in Miami Beach there. And the pictures you can see, I'm on the left, and he's on the right with that leather helmet. So we were referring to him as Bronco Nagurski's grandson. And I don't know if you can read it, so let me read it for you. Down below the picture, it says, nickname Brutus. He also responds to, hey, dude, and what up? And also his pronouns are baller, flaming heterosexual, and told you so. And there's a little note there saying if you have information, please contact Kelly J. Patriot with LibertyReport and Channel 5 Live worldwide. And down on the very bottom, there's a little asterisk. I don't know if you can read that. An asterisk that says, do not, once again, do not contact the authorities as we don't want him trafficked. So what's that telling you? And as to Channel 5 Live Worldwide and Andrew Callahan, they also have been covering, we'll bounce back to the border here real quick, and he's been covering the border for the last several months too, from Texas to all across the border. And there's a video that he released recently that shows Andrew and his cameraman, Larry Susan, actually going from the Mexican side, swimming across to the American side, and you need to see what happens, especially when the Border Patrol rolled up on them on the American side. So we're going to go ahead and show that video another time. We're going to do a little reaction to that, but an amazing, amazing situation and story and backdrop to that, because we had a chance to speak to the videographer, Larry Susan, another time, and he gave us all the details about that. It was pretty amazing. A shout out to him also because, I believe for the second time, he'll be working the Super Bowl halftime show production. So shout out to him. We'll be up there at the Super Bowl.
Love you, Susan.
Yeah, and Andrew and Channel 5 may be there too. And we really look forward to it. We look forward to bringing you continued coverage with regard to the border. And let me, since we bounce back to the border, one other thing is Chadwick kind of referenced earlier, the day after the border convoy that we went down to the border, we saw some things that led us to believe that there was some major major trafficking going on based upon what we saw both on the ground, and then we also had eyes in the sky, and Chadwick had the drone up too, so we could kind of see what's going on. And we've been asked not to release that information or footage at this time because Special Ops is currently reviewing that and looking at that situation to make sure that there's not something nefarious going on, as there potentially could be right there near the border in San Luis. And as we were going down there too, Chadwick will, I know that we put out a video here soon on this, but the border just simply stopped for miles.
Mm-hmm.
No border wall. The border was there, but there was no border wall. And we had a chance to drive up along a water route, and the border simply stopped. And you could come across. And in fact, we had Border Patrol a couple times, drove up, and we just kept filming. And guess what? They didn't stick around because they probably had nothing to say. So we know that the border is open. It's not closed. I also had a chance to speak to a Border Patrol agent who wants to be anonymous for now, so we won't get into details as to what he had to say or give you information as to his name. But when we're in a position to do so, here in a couple months, we'll certainly do so. But basically what he said overall was that the Biden administration is doing nothing to protect the border, and basically their hands are tied. There's nothing they can do to stop people from coming in. Once they do come in, they can't do anything but process them, and there's absolutely no border security in place in most places. And in fact, I saw a video just the other day that showed about 5 or 6 Border Patrol officers armed standing around one illegal immigrant, and it looked like he was probably from Mexico, and it was just for show. It was acting as if they're actually trying to stop people, and this poor Hispanic gentleman was just bewildered there on the ground, and they were just standing around him like it was a circus. So we kind of see what's going on. We know what's going on, and we can only hope and pray that our government at some point in time will do what they need to do and protect our country, protect our people, and protect the American way of life. And once again, we aren't adverse to immigration, but we're in favor of legal immigration, and that's not what's occurring now. And that's not fair to all the legal immigrants who have come through the front door and done the process and done it correctly and not snuck through the back door. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Kelly J. Patriot live in studio. I'm so happy to be here. We're heading out tomorrow to Las Vegas to film Patriots in the Streets from Las Vegas. So continue to watch the channel for ongoing programs. In addition, Liberty Report Live with Kelly J. Patriot every Thursday. Chadwick's been putting out news every day during the week, so look for that. Support the channel, and once again, God wins. My pillow, and we have a little something here. Pursuant to the video there at the end of the Mark Anthony interview, when we had Mike Lindell proclaim that God wins is the best promo code of all time. So thanks for joining us tonight. Until next time, this is Kelly J. Patriot, Liberty Report Live. Patriots in the Streets coming up this weekend from Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you soon. God bless you, and God bless America.
God bless.
Until next time.
See you guys next week.